7:44 News Extra is next and brought to you by Increlinks. And here's Kevin Wood.
Thank you very much, Dennis, and good morning, everyone. Our guest today is Howard Olsen, and pleased to have Howard here. He does so many things. Of course, he's a Scottsbluff City Attorney, but he does so many things more than that with the community, including the Scottsbluff Gearing Chamber, very active in that. And you traveled to Omaha as part of a chamber idea that kind of roosted through the governor, wasn't it?
That's right. Back in early '08, I was president of the chamber, and I had occasion to visit with him, and I asked him, I said, what can we do to progress Scottsbluff Gearing? And he didn't even hesitate. He said, form a relationship with the economic engine of the state, Omaha. And so that resulted in a trip of CEOs from Omaha out here, I think in May of '08. And then we went back in April of this year. We were scheduled a year early, but they attracted Google to Omaha and wanted to make a big announcement that kind of conflicted with our trip, so they asked us to put it off. But we did just go for 2 days, and we had a great time. I took 10 people. Jim Holland, Brent Holliday, Paul Hoffmeister for the hospital, Wanda Pierce, Karen Anderson, Linda Beckner from UNL, Dave Schaff, Engineering Company, Todd Holcomb from WNCC, and Joe Schoen.
Yeah, that's a good.
And we didn't come out on a Mutual of Omaha jet. We mostly drove, but that was okay.
Yeah, that's all right, because they did that when they came out here, right?
They came on a Mutual of Omaha jet. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah. Now, when they came out here, who were the folks that came out here?
Dan Neary was the CEO of Mutual of Omaha. Jim Krieger is a VP at Gallup, and he's married to Andy Pepler's sister. And so he has a connection here. Bob Turner is a VP at UP. Terry Kroger is the publisher for the World Herald. Jay Noddle, he had the Alco building over here. He's from Noddle Companies. Rex Fisher from Quest. Jeff Gordman from Richmond Gordman, and David Brown, who was the chamber executive.
Yeah, Mr. Noddle, when he saw that his Alco building was a little empty, that was part of the reason why all of a sudden there was some movement on getting that filled. Right?
Well, when we were back in April, he made a presentation to us, and he commented that it really came home to him that he needed to get that thing sold. And of course, Paul Reed has bought it and just developed a very beautiful, neat strip mall there.
Yeah.
And Noddle's pretty pleased that that's taken place.
All right. Now, when you were in Omaha, what kind of things did you guys do?
Well, first of all, they took us on a tour of the TD Ameritrade Park. That was fun. We got to see where you guys do your thing behind the scenes at those games, and ESPN where they hang out, and that was fun. And then they had a reception for us at Gallup. Jim Krieger hosted that, and the mayor greeted us. And there were about 16 individuals from various businesses in Omaha that were there. And then 4 of them took us to dinner. Then the next day they picked us up at the hotel and walked us through the old market to the chamber building where they had some presentations. And the interesting thing about that walk was the difference between Omaha and Scottsbluff. Next to the chamber building was a parking lot that needed to be repaired, and the chamber had a $30,000 budget to do it, $30,000 budget, and they spent $1 million. And they raised the $1 million in a week, and they developed half of it in parking and half of it's a park, and they got a huge, great big video screen where people watch Husker games and watch the College World Series, sitting at picnic tables and having lunch or dinner, and they have developed, I think we were talking earlier about this O with an exclamation point.
That's one of the biggest things that you said you noticed.
Oh, yeah.
And O is everywhere.
Everywhere. And in this park, they have developed what they call an O dude. And he's a baseball guy who sits up on top of the screen, and he's got a baseball cap that's on a motion sensor, so you walk by, his head moves, and he's got these long, legs made of pipe, and then the tennis shoes. And now they're going to develop an O girl and some O dogs and some O kids. And so they really know how to market this O that they've developed.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why at the council meeting the other night, There was the council passed requesting proposals on a new logo for the city of Scottsbluff and even a slogan, right?
Yeah, I think they've recognized that that really has some, could have some advantage for the city of Scottsbluff, and so I'm excited that they've done that, and they're going to involve the community, and of course we particularly hope that the arts part of the community will get involved. That's what happened in Omaha, and so that'll be interesting to see how that all develops.
Yeah, because I think that'd be good. Like you said, if people recognize that something in town right away, that's what it is. It helps with tourism. It helps with everything. A lot of things. So
real quickly, they took us through the Midtown Crossing, which is the big development that Mutual Omaha has done just south of their building, which is an incredible thing. Restaurants and condos and parks, and then also to Exarban, the old racetrack area. They've now started to redevelop, and Blue Cross Blue Shield has a new building there. And we met with their CEO, who's Steve Martin, and Todd Sorensen from our hospital here is a new member of their board. And he's told us that he's hopeful in a couple of years to maybe have a presence out here, and we're excited about that. We know that Brent Holliday made a couple of contacts in the trucking industry back there that might be helpful to him. We know that Dave Schaff made some contacts at Leo Daly and Company, and so it's all about relationships, and we're hoping to continue this and involve more people from Scottsbluff Gearing in these events, so that we get quite a pool of people who have had the experience, and a pool of people from Omaha.
yeah, because both ends of the state kind of need to know what the other one is facing, right? Omaha needs to know what we face and what we need, and we also need to know why they say, okay, we can help you in this thing and we can't help you maybe in this other thing, right?
Yes, I think it's all about building relationships with Omaha so that we can look to them for maybe ways that they can help us. You'd be surprised at how many Omaha businesses do business here and how many of our own businesses do business there. And then there'll be times when they need our help. We talked about legislation, and there were some legislative issues that they wanted our help on, and we talked to Senator Harms about. So it's a two-way street.
You're gonna get me going on my big thing about getting plane service back again to eastern and western Nebraska. I asked the governor about that, and he kind of shook his head a little bit the other day about it. But nevertheless, I think it's critical that we find a way somehow to get some air service between here and eastern Nebraska again. I mean, westward was actually doing all right, breaking even, until they decided to go expand to New Mexico and so forth. But in my mind, I'll get on my soapbox here, I think it needs to happen in order to connect the two ends of the state.
You know what they always say, economic development doesn't arrive in a bus.
Yep. And once those guys from Omaha have an idea of what it takes to fly from Omaha to here, and you have to go through Denver and catch another flight, scramble around, come here. I mean, I just think somehow we got to get it done.
Well, and some of these CEOs who came out here in '08, they'd never been here, and they were amazed. Kevin Stocker provided that bus of his that's got the leather couches in it, and we toured them around the city. We got them off the bus periodically. We got them up on top of the monument, and some of them were just in awe of the beauty of our area and how much really we had going on. If you remember, we got a lot of the business people on their signs to say welcome we used that big O with the exclamation point, and they were really interested in how we did that. And so I think that this is something, I've already gotten the group together that just got back, and we all agree that this is a project that needs to survive and continue. And I think we're all committed to do that, and hopefully maybe next summer we'll have a group back out again, and it'd be nice if the Y camp wasn't flooded. We could host them out there. I think that'd be a super place.
Yeah, it'd be really nice. All right, very good. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thanks for having me. We appreciate it a lot.
You bet. All right, back to you. Okay.